Hello and welcome to a review of the LEGO Star Wars diorama Yoda's Hut. This set came out in 2022 and it has, I believe, 1,000 pieces. It retailed for $90 and it is the first 18 plus set, I believe, that I've ever owned, which is pretty interesting, you know. I'm a huge LEGO fan, but I'm not really into the whole diorama thing. Some of them are cool, but I don't know, the qualities I like about Lego that make Lego unique are the toyetic qualities, you know, the way you're able to play with it, the way, you know, the modularity of everything. Like, that's what I come to Lego for. And because of that, I'm just not really interested in most 18 plus sets. And a lot of them are just licensed, so it's not like I'm missing out on like some unique design or something. Like, this is Yoda's Hut, you know? And I know Yoda's Hut. I love Yoda. Yoda's one of my favorite characters. The Empire Strikes Back is probably, you know, it's my favorite Star Wars movie, probably, like a lot of people. I love the scene. I love the quote. But do I need a diorama of his hut? I don't know. Not really. It's not something I need. You know. And this set, for all of the detail, for all the good things about it, the first thing I want to say is that $90 for this set is a huge ask. Huge ask. I'm sorry. We get 3 minifigures. One of them pretty cool. And there are 1,000 pieces, but so many of those pieces are just green tiles. And the ones that aren't green tiles, a lot of them are very small, very detailed. This is like the epitome of like modern Lego design, where, you know, we have tons and tons of small pieces to maybe not purposely inflate the part count, but man, it has an effect. This set isn't that fun to put together. I hate to say it. The grid, you know, the having to get every single specific tile. And this is a used copy of the set that I was building, so they're not even in bags. You know, I have to find all of them. It's just like, oh my god, this sucks. This is very tedious. It's like busy work. And also, there were other Yoda's Hut sets before this that are more minifig compatible. I mean, this is a diorama. That's the point. So you can't knock that part too much, but you know, they're significantly less expensive. $30, you still get Yoda, you still get Luke, you probably get R2. I think there was one in 2018 that was that price, or, you know, some other year. And it's just like, I don't know, it's like, is it really worth it to have the extra detail? And this is a scene, you know, it's kind of lush, it's a jungle scene, or, you know, Dagobah, more a swamp, not really a jungle, but you get what I mean. There is a lot more detail, you know, you have very detailed botany. The shaping of the hut is really smooth, and, you know, it's had very much the studless look. I mean, there are studs, but really it's going for that studless look. It's very un-Lego-like, and, you know, that kind of gets to why I don't really love 18 plus sets. They're just not as Lego-like as I'd like for in a Lego set. I want Lego sets to be like Lego sets. If I wanted a model, or, you know, I'd get like a model. I don't know if that exists for Yoda's Hut. I don't know if that exists for, you know, there's tons of Star Wars toys. I'm sure there's something like that. But this isn't really what I come to Lego for. But it's what other people come to Lego for. And honestly, it's probably one of the most successful things they've been doing. So, you know, I can't really knock it too much. As much as I roll my eyes when people only know about the botanical flower sets, and those are the only ones they have experience with, you know, and they gravitate towards them because they're simple, you know, they're a real life thing. There's, you know, I can definitely criticize that and how I just feel like, you know, lacks imagination, but, you know, those are good sets. And they have great pieces. They're great values. They work. Lots of people love them. They sell great, you know. I like them more than licensed sets, but they're just not for me. That's not what I like Lego. That's not why I like Lego, man. And I don't know. I've had the chance to build 3 18 plus sets, 2 Star Wars dioramas, and 1 other one, which I'll probably do last because it's huge. And my experience was mixed. This one I think was the one I liked building the least, even though it's probably the scene I like the most that's being captured. Let's stop blabbering about that kind of stuff. Conjecture, maybe that's not the right word. Let's take a look at the minifigures. So first we have got the original trilogy Yoda, the Cane. This is, I believe he was introduced in 2013 with the Jedi Duel set, which I do own. He has this little necklace around him, which I know the original Yoda minifigure has. I don't remember what it is or how it works in the movies, but it's a fun detail to differentiate this Yoda from the other one. The head sculpt is, of course, wonderful, even though they got the 2D printing of the hair, which looks kind of weird, but then you remember the Clone Wars head and how the printing would just, come off so easily, look really off. I kind of get the decision. Just a simple minifigure, basically necessary because, it's Yoda's hut. You gotta have Yoda. It's a great minifigure. Next, we have Dagobah Luke. Again, very simple. Very simple, but well executed. He has the Luke hair that they made. I really like Lego's expressions that they give to most minifigures in the modern era. I don't know. It doesn't remind me of the actor, and it doesn't feel stylized enough. It's like this weird in between where it's like it's not so abstract that like it's its own style, but it's also not enough like the actor for me to be like, okay, it's just the actor or whatever. But I don't know. The pants have got some nice detail with those pockets. It's kind of funny because like like the Cloud City Luke, these are literally just squares, but here we go with like super detailed crazy pockets. Yeah, it's a pretty basic outfit, but it works. And you get a little stunt piece, so you can put him up doing his Jedi training. Very awesome. He actually has an alternate expression, which is him force thinking or deep in meditation. Very cool, very cool. Next, we get R2-D2, who's a unique minifigure, not because R2-D2 is a new character, but I believe this is a unique variant. It's him covered in dirt. And the detail on this one is great with all the dirt all around him. It's a pretty unique variant, very fun. It's kind of like those Toy Story 3 variants, the dirt covered ones. Mine, though, I was really disappointed when I saw this. This is very clearly like a misaligned print. Like, it becomes more obvious when you look at him from the front. I'm holding this straight, but like it just curves up. I think this can't be intentional. He's a dirty R2-D2, but he's not like, it seems like very much to be a printing error, which is kind of strange. I don't think I've ever had an experience with a printing error in a Lego set. I did get this secondhand, so, it's fine. Technically, I've never bought a Lego set with a printing error, new from Lego, but it's just interesting. It's kind of sad that this very unique figure is pretty much permanently defaced. You even got detail all in the back, which is wonderful. Yeah, R2-D2 is awesome, exclusive figure, I believe. I'm sure someone bought this set just for the dirty R2-D2. Let's take a closer look at the build itself. I feel like there's not too much to say. There's a lot of detail. This part, especially the hut itself, is very, very dense. You've got some nice use of more rounded pieces. Makes sense for the hut because it's is it made of straw or tree? I don't even remember what it's made of in the actual source material, to be honest. But whatever it is, it works. It works. The entrance especially is a nice little dome. And the snake is a nice added feature to kind of make that swamp come to life. The copy I have has this extra skull. I don't think this is actually in the set, but I like it, so I'm keeping it in here because I do love the classic Lego skull. There's a lot of fiddly bits that just kind of pop off. They're only attached with one stud, and that kind of connection isn't really strong enough for modern Lego. The X-Wing wing is a nice detail. I still can't even tell if I aligned this right or like what I'm doing wrong. It feels wrong. Maybe this isn't supposed to be a stud. Maybe it's supposed to be flat. I'm not sure. Actually, that would probably fix it. Maybe I'm just stupid. But yeah. If we look to the other side, there's a pretty flat section here. You can keep Yoda. There is room to keep Yoda in here, which is nice. It's tall enough for him. There's actually a secret lightsaber, but this does not come with the blade because part of these 18 plus sets, these collector sets, is they don't really include what they don't need to include. Like to somebody who's only buying this for a diorama and doesn't care about Lego, what are they going to do with that blade if it doesn't fit anywhere in the set? Nothing, and it's a waste. So I kind of get it. But also, like, if Yoda's hut, Jedi training, how are you going to Jedi training without like an actual lightsaber? Like, it seems pretty integral. Or maybe it's a reference to like Yoda having a lightsaber or something. I don't know. Yeah, he fits in there. He has a little soup, you can see. clips on, pretty simple stuff. There's also a, oh gosh, can you guys even see this? There's a oven, but it's like inside of the build. I guess it's one of those details you're just supposed to admire while building it, but you can't really see otherwise. I'm not even gonna attempt to show it because it's just messed up. There's a translucent blue piece in there. Let me just get the light super in there. Translucent blue piece. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to represent. But it's a nice detail, whatever it is. And Yoda does have a bed. You can slide him in there, kind of. He doesn't really fit that well. It's more for aesthetics, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot to say about the actual set. Building it wasn't the funnest experience. Oh, actually, got 2 accessories. A flashlight and a lantern. Very epic, very epic. But yeah, I guess, and I'm just doing roundup of random other things. These are 2 printed tiles, a Lego Star Wars logo that fits on right there, and a quote. A lot of these 18+ diorama sets have quotes, and most of the time those quotes are just kind of head scratchers, like, this isn't an iconic line, you know, you don't think about that when you think of the scene. There's some where, you know, we're gonna get to the next Death Star trash compactor set, where it's like there's a quote that like is like iconic that they don't include, which is just kind of strange. But this is the perfect quote. Like this literally justifies the idea of it, because this is the scene, you know, do or do not. There's no try. One of the most famous lines in film history, right there. It makes perfect sense. And you know, I almost wonder if like there are a few case examples like this that like inspired them to do this whole quote thing, and then when they got to other scenes that didn't really fit, they're like, oh well, we need the consistency. So, you know, maybe it's worth it. But it's we'll get to the other one. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah, Yoda's hut. I said a lot about 18+ sets, but one thing I have not said about is the manual. Now this manual, while it serves its practical use very well, basically perfect, I am extremely disappointed by how just bland it is, man. I know it's supposed to be for adults, but they can't even put like an image on the little feedback, you know, the little Win kid. They can't have the Win kid or even the Win minifigure. Make it a Star Wars minifigure. But like just nothing, like, oh my god. In the back of this just Star Wars, like this, add some pizzazz, man. And the manual itself is kind of flimsy, like it kind of feels like it's about to rip apart. Jeez, I don't know if they're using different paper or something. But let's take a look inside. There is a section where they do talk about the scene, and this is quality, but I don't know. It's just like the rest of it being so bland. I just can't. I mean, it explains where the set comes from and everything, showing the, you know, the wing as it is, kind of comparing it. It's kind of funny because this is very clearly like bluish based on the lighting, but the actual water they choose is green. I'm not going to talk about Star Wars set accuracy, but it's just funny to see it physically there, because, you know, there's a certain type of person who would be like, it's blue here. They put it in their own manual. Yeah, you've got the classic scenes with the soup. They would have been really cool if they included an allusion to the shadow, like mind Darth Vader and that, but that would have been kind of complicated. Maybe, a play feature isn't really what the set would do. You know, the scene where he pulls the X-Wing from the swamp, amazing. You know, Yoda on Luke's back. I don't think there's a way to put him on his back, which, you know, it's fine. With you, it can be done. Sorry, the glare is pretty bad. Shows the set all nice. And from there, we've just got instructions. Let me find the one that tells you to put like 177 green tiles, I think it is. Yeah, here it is, right here. This step 42, put on 39 green tiles. Step 43, put on 177. That is just, oh my god, that's excessive. So much. It's insane. It's bonkers. The build of the actual hut was satisfying enough. There were a few parts where I got confused. These new Lego constructions are very well constructed, though. Especially with the highlighting of all the pieces, with how small they are. That's a godsend. I'm so glad they do that in this set. The way they also divvy out minifigures is also interesting. where you kind of get a few at a time. It's not all at once. I think older sets usually have them all at the beginning, but it's nice to pace things out. Yeah, end of the instructions, there's literally nothing. So disappointing, man. Like, it's not even that, like, I don't know. It's just like, not all instructions need to be insane, but just like anything, like I just think about the branding of the original UCS set, the TIE Interceptor. The dark sleekness of like the box art shrouded in blue, mystic madness. It was crazy, man. Like that graphic design was beautiful and sleek. It made it feel so special. Like that was like the Lego set. I don't even like UCS sets that much. And that one, I don't know. I don't care about it. It's a TIE Interceptor, whatever. But the box art made it feel like it's like this insanely crazy thing. It's beautiful. Beautiful. And oh my god, I love the old box art design. And that's one of the best ones they ever did. And to now see like, okay, we're doing black. And that's it. You see the reflection? There it is. It is actually, now that I look at it, that is clever. You see you have the reflection, and it is that the actual Yoda, or is that Lego? I thought it was the actual Yoda for a second, which is kind of funny. Maybe it shows how convincing it is. Or maybe it shows that I jumped the gun a little bit too much and stuff like that. But yeah, that is all there is to say about this set. I will be talking about another 18+ set next time as a part of the trilogy. Thanks for watching.